Hi students, good morning to all. So, this is second chapter, units and measurements. So, already we have discussed in the first session. So, what are the physical quantities and units? So, we have seen the physical quantities, they are classified into three categories. First one is the base quantities or fundamental quantities, and derived quantities and supplementary quantities, and those units of all these quantities already we have discussed. So, now this second session we are going to discuss about the dimensional formula, dimensional equation and dimensional analysis. So, these also are related to the physical quantities. So, actually in your book this is the last part. For continuous purpose I have taken the at second session. So, now we are going to see dimensions of a physical quantity. So, what do you mean by dimensions? We know. So, here the 7 base quantities are there. These 7 base quantities are taken as the 7 dimensions of the physical world. So, simply we know the base quantities means the quantities which cannot be derived by other quantities. So, those are the fundamental thing. So, they are called fundamental or base quantities. So, what are they? Already we know length, mass, time, temperature, current, luminous intensity and amount of substance. So, only these 7 quantities are called base quantities or fundamental quantities. So, all other quantities are derived from these only 7 quantities. If example, if you take velocity, density, acceleration, energy, work, pressure, so everything can be derived only from these 7 quantities. So, these are called as the fundamental or base quantities. So these are also we have seen the units of these fundamental quantities are called fundamental units. For length meter, for mass kilogram, for time second, for temperature Kelvin, for current ampere, for luminous intensity is candela, and for amount of substance is mole. So, already we have discussed in the first session. Now, this is dimensions of a physical quantity. So, for let us see the first 7 fundamental quantities. So, here length is represented as the capital L within the square bracket, and the same time mass is within the square bracket capital M, and the time is represented by capital T including the square bracket. Temperature is K, here temperature unit will be Kelvin. So, that is why we are taking here K, capital K within square bracket. For current unit will be ampere. So, capital A within the square bracket, and also luminous intensity candela CD, first 2 letters can be taken. For amount of substance unit is mole, MOLE. So, MOL is the simple, so within the square bracket. So, these are called the dimensions of the corresponding physical quantities. So, we can say the square bracket represents the dimensions of length. So, dimensions of mass, dimensions of time, dimensions of temperature, dimensions of current. So, likewise we can represent any physical quantity in terms of only those 7 quantities. In mechanics only we can take length, mass, time, and temperature, current, luminous intensity, amount of substance can be in various branches. So, maximum in mechanics all other quantities like pressure, force, acceleration, momentum. So, everything can be represented by only these 3 things LMT, length, mass, time. So, these are called the dimensions of the corresponding physical quantity. So, we can define the dimensions. The dimensions of the physical quantity are the powers to which the base quantities are raised. So, everything to be represented by the base quantities by using the powers. So, that is the definition for dimensions of a physical quantity. Suppose if you take an example for volume, we know the formula for any volume can be written as length, breadth, height. So, usually all these 3 are representing the length. So, we can write length cube. So, for dimensions we can say the square bracket L the whole cube, or otherwise the square bracket of L cube is the dimension. So, volume can be represented by the 3 dimensions of length. So, length cube. So, we can say volume is represented by the 3 dimensions of length. Also only representing length, not mass and time. So, we can write within the square bracket m power 0, which means 0 dimensions in mass and 3 dimensions in length and 0 dimensions in t. So totally it represents a dimensional formula for volume. So the MLT, which represents the dimensions of the physical quantity volume. So M is 0, T is 0, only L cube or so 3 dimensions of length which gives volume, and within the square bracket, so entire representation of LMT is called as dimensional formula. So similarly force is taken as mass into acceleration. So mass is directly taken as mass, and acceleration we know the formula, the distance by time square is represented by the rate of change of velocity. So length by time square. So we can write the dimensions m square L, and t squared is taken as t power minus 2. So m L t power minus 2 within the square bracket, so which is called the force. So this is the dimensional formula for force. Here we can say 1 dimensions in mass, 1 dimension in length, and minus 2 dimensions of t. So this is called dimensional formula. We can define the dimensional formula as, so it is the representation which shows how and which of the base quantities represent the dimensions of the physical quantity. Here the mass, length, time are representing the physical quantity force. Mass is represented by 1 dimensions, and length is represented by in 1 dimensions, and t is minus 2 dimensions of t. So this is called dimensional formula. So actually why we are studying the dimensional formula and dimensions, so later I will tell. So there are some applications of these things. So first we can see the dimensional equation. So it is the equation obtained by equating a physical quantity which with its dimensional formula. Simply by these are representing the dimensional formula. Suppose if we make it equation with corresponding physical quantity, then it is called dimensional equation. Here V is volume, square bracket is taken as m power 0, L power 3, t power 0 already we know. For velocity, velocity we know Lt power minus 1, including m 0 dimensions of m and Lt power minus 1. So this is called dimensional equation for the volume. This is for velocity, this is for force, already we know m L t power minus 2, and density rho equal to within the square bracket m L power minus 3 t power 0. For density formula will be mass per volume, mass per volume. So for mass capital M, for volume by volume, so L power minus 3 and t power 0, there is no time factor, so t power 0. So we can obtain like this. So similarly we can obtain the dimensional formula and equation for any other physical quantities by using the LMT. Okay, next we are going to see the applications of dimensional analysis. That is, we are using the dimensions of a physical quantity and dimensional formulae and dimensional equations to check the whether the given equations are correct or wrong. So for example, the first application is checking consistency of equation, which means simply we are checking the given equation is whether it is correct or wrong. Suppose if you take the equation, for example, half mv squared, so which represents the kinetic energy, also which is equal to mgh, it is also the energy, both are energy. So this equation should be correct. By using the dimensional analysis, we can check it whether it is correct or wrong. For mass m power 1, v is the velocity. So for v is L t power minus 1 the whole squared, and which is equal to, for mass here capital M, and g is the acceleration. The formula will be L t power minus 2, and for height length L. So we know how to use the dimensions for the given physical quantities. For mass capital M, for velocity, so length by time, so L t power minus 1 the whole squared. For again mass capital M, for acceleration due to gravity, g is taken as simply the acceleration L t power minus 2. For velocity L t power minus 1, for acceleration L t power minus 2, and for height length L. So finally we can write, so m power 1 and L power 2 and t power minus 1 into 2 minus 2, which is equal to the right side m power 1 and L into L square and t power minus 2. So now comparing the left hand side and right hand side, m power 1, L power 2 and t power minus 2, t power minus 2. So both sides are correct. So the equation for energy will be correct. So it satisfies the dimensional analysis. So we can say the equation, if satisfy the dimensions of the physical quantities, then only the equation will be correct. Otherwise the equation will not be correct. So second application of the dimensional analysis is deducing relation among the physical quantities, which means we are deriving the formulae for the different physical quantity by using dimensional analysis. Suppose in your book example is given, that is example 2.17. Consider a simple pendulum. Students, you just listen. The example 2.7 in the second chapter, the page number 33. Consider a simple pendulum having a bob attached to a string that oscillates under action of the force of gravity. Suppose that the period of oscillation of the simple pendulum depends on its length L, mass of the bob m and acceleration due to gravity g. So derive the expression for its time period using the method of dimensions. So our aim is to derive the formula for time period of the simple pendulum, the oscillating bob t. We know the simple pendulum. So there is a fixed point and it is a metal bob is there and it is suspended by the string. So we have to, so this is length and this is mass and acceleration due to gravity will be g. So the time period t is depends on the LMG. So you know the metallic bob suspended by the string whose length is L and mass of the bob will be m and acceleration due to is g. So the time period t, the time period capital T depends on the physical quantities mass, length and g. So we can write the formula for time period t equal to, by using the equation by taking the dimensionless constant k and other quantities. So L, G, M, L power x, G power y and M power z. So these are the physical quantities. We don't know how many powers to be raised. So that's why we are taking x, y, z. So suppose by using the dimensions, of the physical quantities given here, t is taken as t power 1 and there is no dimension for physical that is constant and other things. For L equal to length L to the power x, and for g is the acceleration due to gravity. So we can write the dimensions for g, acceleration is L t power minus 2 acceleration power y, and for mass capital M, the dimension is capital M. So M power z. So M power z. So we can write this for this equation and expanding this left hand side as here m power equal to 0. There is no mass term and t term. So m power 0, L power 0, t power minus 1. So in right hand side totally L power x, here L power y. So we can write L power x plus y and remaining will be t power minus, this is t power minus 2y and the last one is m power minus m power plus z. So comparing the left hand side and right hand side, x plus y, here L power x plus y, here L power 0. So x plus y equal to 0 and t power minus 2y, here t power minus 1. So minus 2y equal to, so this is plus 1. So minus 2y equal to 1. So y equal to minus 1 by 2. And also here x equal to x plus y equal to 0, which implies x equal to minus y. So we can write x equal to minus of minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. And z, comparing the m power 0, here right hand side m power z. So z equal to 0. So the equation will be, right, applying the dimension, the powers to the first equation, this equation. So time period equal to, the formula for time period equal to k into L power x, k into L power x equal to 1 by 2 and y equal to minus 1 by 2 and z equal to 0. So L power x, that is 1 by 2, and g to the power g power y. So g to the power minus 1 by 2 and m power 0. So the final equation will be, k will be taken as 2 pi in this equation, and L is 1 by 2 means root L, and g power minus 1 by 2 means 1 by root g. M power 0 will be 1, so we can neglect it. So finally time period is taken as 2 pi into the combining two quantities, we can write common root of L by g. So this is the formula for time period. So in this way we can obtain the relation for time period by using the dimensional analysis. So this one of the second application of the dimensional analysis. So there is two applications. First one is the checking the consistency, checking the equations whether it is right or wrong by using the dimensional analysis. If satisfies dimensional analysis, then only the equation will be correct. And the second application is deducing the relation among the physical quantities. So among the time period, length, acceleration due to gravity. So finally we can arrive the formula for particular physical quantity for time period equal to 2 pi root over L by g.